Hey guys, how are you? It's Sam here again from Build. I'm here with Josh today from I Love Ugly, who's the Director of Sales and Operations. And this is going to be the first series of Build in Motion, Behind the Build. We're not sure of the name yet, but you'll figure it out. First video, first series. First video of the series. That's Elliot in the background correcting me, but you should see my mistakes because no one's perfect. It's good.
No.
But yeah, look, today we're just gonna have a chat with Josh. Obviously, we've done. I've worked with Josh for a few years, and we've done one project with him and the team at I Love Ugly. We're in the middle of another, and we just talk about life, business, builds, and all the rest of it while we do a bit of a workout and try to breathe. So just a little bit of key. But yeah, man. Like, do you want to sort of tell the guys a bit about what you do and like your background and stuff, probably?
Yeah, it's Director of Sales and Ops at I Love Ugly. Basically, once the product is made, it's given to my teams and we go and sell it effectively. So anything post-product. We've been working together recently. I was thinking about when we first worked together, it must have been on a hospo build in like 2020, 2021 maybe, down in Britomart.
OG Better Burger?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, Shaky Isles.
Shaky Isles, Better Burger.
Yeah.
So we've been doing versions of this in hospo and retail for quite some time now. I really don't.
Yeah, that's really it. And it's good. All right, I'll get the setup. But and also shout out to the yard. Great gym. Thank you for letting us use your facilities. Bro, I suppose that we were sort of touching on it before. What do you find, like, you've been doing this a while, I've been doing it a while. What do you find is the biggest, like, going through companies, I think it's interesting. I've been at a few, you've been at a few. But do you find there's any like sort of similarities like with where you're at now? Because like you guys as a brand are doing some real cool stuff. Yeah. Do you think like transitional of like being a brand comes from like not only product but from within the business? Like it completely changes?
Yeah, I guess at I Love Ugly in particular, it's very like brand led. So everything that we do has like a general North Star just because of really strong brand identity.
Yeah.
Which I guess generally gives guidance. And I think that like more recent build at Newmarket really tells that story. Like when it started as like that real grungy fit out 10 years ago, that's also where the product and the brand was at. And I guess we've become a little more sophisticated since then, a little bit more refined since then. And now that like that fit out represents it. So just like, yeah, let the brand lead the way.
I think also just warming up, we're going to do shoulders and then lateral raises. Do you reckon though, like a brand like, because I Love Ugly's been around for ages. I was like, yeah, in advance of this, I was doing a Google way. I was like, I forgot about the Zespi.
Yeah,
Bring back the Zespi. Is it still around?
Nah, but Logan and I had a laugh about potentially doing a active one when we were designing the GR.
Bro, I think it's sick. But I was like, it's definitely like a brand that's gone over the years. Like I suppose like because I'm curious. Like I guess people would be like, is it a brand that like you guys have had the same people involved, or how's that generationally changed from the design?
I guess like it's almost evolved with the founder in a way. And where he's been at, obviously his role in the business is heavily just creative direction now. So I guess the brand almost evolves with him, and the addition of like active last year, for example, is because he's gone through a period in his life where he's been heaps more active, and then just building a team around him that reflects that.
Right. That makes sense. I was just curious because it was just like, if like more people in the design identity had changed because people had changed, I'll just go 5 just. So we've got to talk through this.
Yeah,
right?
some of that, I guess you can like evolve those things with the same crew, and then some of it is just adding new team to that, and a bit of both, depending on kind of the life cycle of the business.
It's interesting. I think like I was talking to someone before, like a pivotal change of like everything that we're doing right now, like not even just like design, brand, fashion, but like the world is changing. Like even how we absorb information, like we're in a cycle coming back, like this chat, even like long form content, right? Like, remember like back when we were younger, YouTube was the thing?
Yeah.
You'd watch YouTube, you'd sit.
And everyone would still know the same one like 2 years later. And you'd still be watching the same shit.
Like Justin Bieber did his whole Coachella thing, and like Bieberchella was on YouTube, right? Like, and it's like nostalgic. You're like, I remember watching 20-minute long videos. Now we're like filled with Instagram like rubbish that's like shorts, like 20 seconds of clickbait.
Or even less, right? It's like diluted down from 2 hours.
Oh, it's nonsense. And it's like, well, how can we get back to like, I think where the world's going, like, there's like, in brands and like connection is like a big part. And it's pretty cool to see your guys' brand like changing the stores. So like, you know, not like,
well, that's like a huge part of the strategy actually now is like, we've understood that digital wave is coming back around now. So it's like, what do people actually crave next? And that feels like to us in-person experiences. And that's why we're like really honing in on these retail stores and specifically getting them to reflect the brand as best as possible.
I think it's good. Like, what? Ooh, 8 of those. What do you guys think?
You what?
I did 8 of those.
I'll try and keep up with your big shoulder.
Like, I don't know. I guess like for me, I'm like, with what we do, it's like not super, like we watch a lot of trend, we don't innovate, you know, like, and it's like, how do we create like a way to further push that envelope alongside our partners?
Well, I guess you guys do have a front row seat to what they're all doing. Like, I don't know, I felt like we, certainly on Newmarket, we kept you pretty involved in that design process.
Yeah.
Just even you just seeing us go back and forward with each other, being like, can we make this small tweak? Can we make this small tweak? This is the reason why we're doing this type of shit. And it's frustrating as those processes can be sometimes. It's like, I guess, like I say, it's funny. It's like what creates the trend? Yeah, someone has the idea, but someone actually has to build physical things, like physical product, physical spaces, whatever it happens to be.
But I think that like ties into what we were saying, right? Like even if you look at you guys, the brand and us, we're like, you used to just go to someone because it was like, well, they're just going to do the job and get it done. But the way the world is like, you got to give a bit more. Like we want to connect. For sure. And like, but no, it's dope, man. It's cool to see you there and you guys are doing a cool thing. And like, we're obviously enjoying being a part of it. I think what, as a brand, like I've always been curious, like looking like how, as a retail brand, like, so we do with a lot, but how do you transition? Because you have a range, right? You drop a season. Yeah. How do you get your store to complement any season and any? Because like right now, you know, camo was the thing 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Now there's softer tones.
I think like with a more recent, definitely it changes seasonally, but it's probably longer than that realistically. Like I look at Newmarket as such a good example, and our Lambton Key store in Wellington is at the same time, and it looks like an underground bunker. Like blacked out walls, iron everywhere, like proper, grungy. Grungy is what you'd call it. And that kind of just reflected where the product was at the time and kind of like where fashion was at that time. And so to like elevate that space to something cleaner, something like more contemporary and slightly more refined reflects the seasonality that probably lasts 3 to 5 years in retail.
Sorry, I couldn't breathe right there for a minute.
Don't.
Yeah, I was struggling a little bit there.
Actually getting heavy now.
Oh, fuck, I shouldn't say conversational. I think...
and then like obviously what we've done with like Active, which has been like a big part of the brand now, and it's like our fastest growing category as well, to go, actually now that has its own defined space in the store. So, yeah.
What brought on Active though? Like what made you guys do it?
I guess the natural life cycle of the people that worked in the business and their interests evolving over time. You go from this time of being like very fashion forward and very into, I don't know, all the aesthetic and art that comes along with that, to going, actually there's a genuine interest within the business in Active and how we move our bodies effectively. I think certainly with like the creative director and founder, he's like definitely headed in that direction.
What's he do? What's his job? Running?
Yeah, he runs a bit, but like has his own home gym set up. Just goes out and smashes the workout. Bit of a release like anyone else, I suppose.
Skiing?
No, I assume it's a little more rustic than that actually.
You've not had a session?
Keep that. He's out in Raglan actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
How often is he around for you guys?
Well, he's always around for us, you know, but like physically, like, he's in Auckland reasonably often.
I suppose you guys, as you're growing, right, it doesn't really matter. It's nice, man. I've always thought of it like it's pretty cool to see Because when we built Build, we created it like, I created it off, the idea came to like have the look and the feel as it evolved off like fashion brands.
Yeah.
Like even this, like we got a collab with you guys. Like, you know, like
I guess you've always had that natural interest as well. I mean, as long as I've known you, you've been like into your fashion and like keeping up with trend, let's say.
Yeah, that's keeping up with the Joneses. Right?
Defender parked in the driveway.
Yeah, I try my best, but I think it's cool, man. Like I think like I definitely like, and even the active thing that I was talking to another friend today, and I'm curious to get your take. We were talking about how like physique and active, where being active is like a part of our life. Like, do you remember being 16, 17, and like when you would train, it would be like chest, back, legs, 40-minute walk on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Like that was how you would build an aesthetic ability. And it's like, bro, actually like that doesn't really matter anymore. It's about like, how can I have, I want to be able to have 2 beers, but then run 21 Ks the next day. Like, you know,
or like have 10 beers and be able to run 21 Ks the next day.
I'm not there yet.
But
But
there's like, I don't drink anymore, but there was a time. There was a time.
Nah, but you know what I mean? Like it's like hybrid.
There's I think part of that, and part like getting a physique is going to get easier and easier, like aesthetically speaking.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, bit of a tangent, but just think about like weight loss now. It's going to be easier than ever because you can take a drug to do it, right? And so what used to be representative of like a physical fit body may no longer be. But being able to throw down a certain high rocks time or a certain marathon time or whatever one of those things there are, like it's just probably become more performance-based rather than aesthetic-based. That you're like, I'm doing this for functional lifestyle, or I'm doing it for performance rather than I'm doing it for how I look.
Do you think like your training and like having fitness as an outlet makes a big part in your work output and input?
Oh, it makes like, it's that idea actually fundamentally that you like give tasks to busy people because they'll find a way to do it. And when you do more, you can do more. Other than it just being like an outlet.
I think it's
like one of those things that grows your capacity. Yeah, it takes up an hour a day or 2 hours a day, depending on what you're doing. But like, how much more efficient does it make the other 22 hours of the day? Because you sleep better and now you perform better and you have the energy to like pull the 12-hour day if you need to, or whatever it happens to be, which you wouldn't otherwise have.
Do you guys do like the group training stuff as a company?
As a company? No, it's probably like a little more ethereal than that, let's say. Like, I don't know, Colin and I will go for a run, or like we'll go and do like bits and pieces on the side together. Went up, like the GM Paul lives out in Whangamata, and like the last time I was down there, we went and ran some trails together and bits and pieces like that. So it kind of like exists without people talking about it.
That's cool though.
Which is kind of cool. But it's like, as we grow, probably the idea is like, how do you nurture that and really make it a substantial part of the business?
So I look at some brands like Represent and as an example, and how they partner with the Yard and have the Represent, and they've got their own gym. And I'm like, man, I think that'd be sick. Like,
yes,
you know, like to have
so
that
cool
as your culture. But I also think like, fuck it, it's hard because you're like,
I guess the active element, like the specific active element of the brand is still like in its infancy. It's only been a year
is
that line has been around. So it's just one of those, you know, like at the moment it is in the background almost.
Yeah.
In terms of the culture stuff, but yeah, it's how do you then breed that?
I don't know. I think it's the range itself is everywhere, bro. It's sick. Like everyone's wearing it. You know what I mean?
It's a good starting
nice.
point.
Light and breezy. Build limited edition, $2.99. I love ugly. Nah, you. I mean, yeah. It's just like it's interesting though, like because you guys have done it and you've done it well, and it's cool to see. All right, maybe some bicep curls. Getting a little bit of a sweat on.
Do something gentler.
I've got an interview after this. I'm going to rock up and this guy's be like, that guy's hench. He's looking jacked. But I don't know, bro. And then like, what do you guys think of, what do you see like the next 12 months looking like for you guys as a brand? And like, and for you, like how have you found, because how long have you been in this role?
A year now.
What do you reckon, like, yeah, like,
I think like the next step for the business is to like, we were talking about that active example where it kind of exists without any structure or people talking about it necessarily. I think the really the next step as we continue to grow is how do we put that stuff into and deliver those things in a more structured way, and that it's like part of the design or part of the strategy rather than just existing within individuals in the business.
And what do you reckon, like, how that piggies back for you? Like, what do you like? Because, bro, like, you know,
I mean, all of this stuff is downstream from operations. Like, it starts with like writing down an SOP on a piece of paper. Like, that sometimes can be the simplest version, you know?
SOPs are hard. Like, I ran a business for 2 years and I hadn't had a single SOP. It wasn't until we like hired our first like senior person, and this guy came in. I remember he's like, "Hey, bro, where's the SOP manual for me to start my day?" And I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, I am the SOP, bro. Sit next to
and so much of the business, like businesses grow, and that's just how it is. Like for a time, you just have this information in people's heads, but like if you want to take that next step, it is like, how do you get it out of people's heads and onto a piece of paper so that can be translated to other people, other countries, and beyond?
Yeah, I think. And then, like, yeah, this is my last question from me, and then I'll ask the questions for the people. How do you find, like, managing, like, you're in this sick role, you work at a sick company, you've got all this stuff, like, I know you personally, so it's easy for me to say, like, you know, you run, train, pushing the career, travel. How do you, like, what do you think the key, like, I've lately been thinking a lot about this whole, like, what does success look like?
Yeah.
And I'm really in this, like, Dev's been hearing shit about it. I'm real deep on it. And I'm like, how do you define for you, like, what does success look like, do you think, for you?
For me, it's just like to keep moving.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way to fail is to not do.
Yeah.
I think so much of that, like, it can just be the antidote to so many things. Like, the antidote to like anxiety or frustration or thought or whatever is like, you can't think your way out of those problems. You have to move your way out of them. Like it goes back to that. If you want something done, give it to busy people because they will do it.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to do it. I think that's really what it is for me, is like, as long as I'm moving and as long as I'm getting shit done, that will ultimately, if it doesn't look like success in the short term, it will eventually somewhere.
I like it. It's good. It's interesting.
And just that it's like a thread that ties successful people together in general. Like, successful people don't sit there and become successful.
No.
They do something, whatever that something is.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, it's interesting. I said that thing the other day that we posted about, and I said, like, if you work all day, you're going to be rich, right? If working's the only thing that you do.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you
train all day, you're going to be jazzed. Like, that's it.
But it's like finding that sweet spot, you know? I'm figuring out. That's where I'm like, what does success
look like? It's like success on many different fronts, right?
How do I be successful in life?
Part of it for me is like living almost seasonally, that you will just go through periods. I was like touched on the fitness stuff last year. For me was just about like rediscovering a base. I spent like heap of energy on training in 2024, like maybe more so than things like career or even like social stuff. Chasing events that have like ran across the desert in LA.
Yeah.
And then after that, just had to take a year of going, actually, the focus this year is like work, family. We'll keep the other stuff ticking away in the background, but it's almost like living seasonally and understanding that as much as it appears like someone might be doing everything, there's always something that you have to kind of like flex in and out of, right? Yeah. So you just like dial things down to dial other things up.
I hear you, man. All right, now I've got to ask the quick fire questions that Dev asked me for. They're going to come at you while you get this pump on.
Yeah.
So what's the one biggest mistake you've made in store development?
One biggest, well, none yet. Nah, I think it's always finding the balance between like function and aesthetic is always the big one for me. And there's probably times where you'll give away too much in function to aesthetic and the other way around. So always just finding that balance for me.
All right. And greatest achievement in your career so far?
I don't really reflect on this one too much, but I think like the amount of people that I've developed that have gone on to run their own businesses or like been super successful in their own careers is always like a measure that I use, because it's something that lasts. It's like a sales result or a new store build or whatever it happens to be. It comes, it goes, the money's spent, the store is built, you move on, whereas like people last.
That's good. All right. Favorite item in the I Love Ugly range?
At the moment, I've been like honing in on the ribs tee. We released it at the back end of last year after doing a whole heap of like real like baggy, loose silhouette. So it's kind of like tighter fitting, rib tee, more my style.
Favorite brand except for I Love Ugly? Local and international.
this is a big question. Been holding the Adidas footwear recently, as much as anything that you can just like wear them. I found these fucking Evo SLs last year, and you can kind of just like wear them everywhere.
Yeah.
You like come and do them in the gym session, but I'll definitely go to the office later wearing the same shoe. So like, have rated that. I think brands is definitely like, again, probably a seasonal one for me, where you're like dip out.
And local brands?
I can't say anything past I Love Ugly, unfortunately.
You can give me a female fashion brand?
Gonna have to stay true, unfortunately.
No, strong answer. The bonus will be waiting when you get back to the office. And then final question I think that we had there was like if you were to stop doing what you do today and have to start something else tomorrow, what would it be?
This is a massive question, but I think it's definitely something in the fitness space. Like, I just have come to learn how much of an impact that makes on people's lives, and like just moving, being the catalyst to basically all great things that happen for people. So something in that space.
Man, we're done. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. Lovely.
All good.
Good? Happy? Enough?